Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another videos. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. If you're into those classic pickup from the 60s, those American pickups that were sturdy, strong, rugged, like no other car, well, you're kind of looking at the right video. And if you like quite the rare pickups, the one that are not so known, this is even more in your territory. Because let's see what I got for you right now. You probably guessed already the name of the brand after seeing that big white letter in the rear of the pickup. But let's give it a proper presentation. What I got for you right now, it's a 143 scale 1963 Studebaker Champ. Now, this is a brand that I haven't posted in a very long time. I think I only made one other video of Studebaker, which was the Avanti, I think it's called Avanti, which is a sports car that I think was most likely the most famous Studebaker of all times that people recognize the most. But this is a car that is not a car that families will buy to go on a weekend getaway. This is more for the construction worker or the gentleman in the any type of work that you need to transport goods you might buy. Now, this pickup right here, it's a model that was made between 1960 till 1964. Okay, assembly lines. One was in United States, one in Canada. They had one in Australia, and they had another one in Israel. So I guess I knew about the one in America and one in Canada. I did not know of the one in Australia or the one in Israel. So that's good to know. They had different throughout the world. Okay. It says here the Champ, unlike most American pickups of the 60s, were never offered with a power steering. Although such a system was offered on Studebaker heavier duty, the Studebaker Translite. I guess that was another pickup of Studebaker. So even though it was more modern because it started in 1960, they never put no power steering. And in these vehicles, as heavy and hard to drive they might be, because they're and not having power steering, it's quite an arm challenging driving experience. Forget about the gym. There goes your gym work with the just turning this truck around the block. Okay, now let's talk about engines. By the way, before I forget, this is a resin model and it's made by Neo. Quite an attractive model, not very common to see around. I mean, I haven't seen, maybe I'm not even sure if I've seen this model in the streets before. Studebaker, as it is already, is a brand that has not been around for, I'll probably say, 60 years more or less or so. So it's way gone. Very few models left around, mostly on a classic car show you might see. But the Champ, the pickup, it's not really one of them. It's actually one of the least more collectibles that you may expect from Studebaker. And I really like the front end. It's different. It's a different, you know, the rear end. I mean, in that pickup, in that rear end, you could probably fit a Fiat 500. How big it looks. You could probably put the whole Fiat on top of it and carry it around. So that's a large, large cargo area. Let's talk about engines. You have a 2.8 six-cylinder, a 4.0 six-cylinder, and then we come with the big boys, the V8s. We have a 4.2 eight-cylinder, and then we have a 4.7 also eight-cylinder. Quite quite a big pickup, so you need quite large engines to push all that metal around. All right, everyone. I'm gonna let this beautiful car go around a few times. I'll be right back. All right, everyone. I was actually I forgot to mention about the transmissions for people that care to know. They came as a manual and also as automatics. They had a three-speed column shift manual. Also, a four and a five speeds were optional, as well as an automatic. They called it the Studebaker Flight-O-Matic was the automatic option. It says the same transmission was used by other manufacturers, including Ford. All right, everyone. Let me know what you guys think about this pickup. Quite an obscure brand for pickups. Usually you expect to see the usual like GMC, Chevrolet, Ford. But when it comes to more obscure brands, especially even back in the days, like Studebaker and Buick for a pickup. I mean, it's not a car that you expect to see in a pickup, but they made pickups. They also made I think they also had a van. Studebaker. I'm not fully sure now, but they were more known as the large, comfortable cars and the sport car, the Avanti, I think it's called. But they are more remembered for those. But they made pickups quite a nice front end look, and I like the front end a lot. I really do. The rear end is quite similar, like other pickups, but the front end is does give a different look. All right, I like how they painted the wheels in white. Also, they painted in white the side mirrors, just to give it, and the bumpers, just to give it a little. And not only the bumpers, I forgot also the grill. So they had a white trim around, which you kind of stand out with the color of the car. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever seen this pickup? Do you find them attractive? Do you find them too weird? It's not your type of car. It's not your type of pickup that you would drive. You rather stick around with the classics of Ford and Chevrolet or GMC. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. I truly appreciate. Don't forget to click and subscribe. And when you subscribe, the bell is not a decoration. That bell will just remind you when I'm posting more videos. All right. Take care of yourselves more than ever, as I always say. And goodbye.